watching Chopping It Up with Roger Cador and Perry White.
All right, Happy New Year and welcome back for another great episode of Chopping It Up with Coach Roger Cador and Perry White. Of course, I'm Perry White, and he's the man, the myth, the legend himself, Coach Roger Cador. Happy New Year to you, Coach.
Same to you, Mr. Perry, PG.
We made it to 2025, man. You know, as we reflect back on 2024 for you, looking at that year, what would you say, how would you sum up 2024 for yourself?
Well, not bad. I mean, I had some health issues that I dealt with, but I got through it quite well and kicking right along, you know?
Yeah. You know, I looked at it, I always talk about, you know, each year comes with its own obstacles, but the good thing about life is you can always review back on that previous year, how things went, what you can build off of headed into the next year, and then setting new goals for yourself. And in life, being as successful as you've been, I've always got to ask people who have been successful and have done great things, what is it like every year when a new year comes about setting new goals for yourself, and how are you able to accomplish that?
If I could tell you the truth, I set no goals. I really didn't set any goal. I was just getting up and doing something. Now, that was some little bitty things that I knew I had to get up and do, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Which we all know when we get up, we have to do some things. But in terms of big goals and no, I just set up and make sure that I try to fulfill the day that's ahead. The good Lord allowed me to see. Mm-hmm. Because there are a lot of people didn't get to see today. Mm-hmm. The way you are and the neurosurgeon is seeing it.
Yeah, I was watching the movie actually earlier, the fact that you said it was a guy that was a police officer, and the guy said that you fulfill your duties today. He said yes, and he said, well, how did you know? He said, because you get to go home alive today.
Yeah.
So I understand what you mean with that. And then as we head into 2025, man, and we getting started, this is our first episode, so we hope everybody had a great and safe holiday and brought in the new year. How did you bring in the new year? You just at the house on the couch and the lazy boy?
Well, yeah, I was just I mean, I don't get to do much anymore. And, you know, with, you know, I think about what happened after Christmas in New Orleans, how unfortunate that was, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Now, these people were just doing basic thing in New Orleans, nothing celebrated, you know what I'm saying? And there comes a madman. Mm-hmm. Decide that it's going to be my day. I'm going to make a name for myself, but I'm going to die, but I'm going to make a name for myself. Mm-hmm. What good is that? He took out a lot of good people because he had some kind of fantasy in his head.
Yeah, that news, and condolences to all I think it were 14 victims altogether that lost their lives, and then the countless other people who were injured, who are in recovery due to that tragic incident down in New Orleans during the Sugar Bowl weekend, man. You know, people celebrating the new year, 2, 3 a.m. in the morning. The last thing you're thinking about is somebody's going to pull off something like that. But, you know, that's one thing I always say that you tell me especially because, you know, I'll get out somewhere. You say, hey, man, be careful and watch what's going on around. You always do tell me that, though.
Well, and we used to tell our players, nothing good happened after 12 o'clock at night. You know how many times I heard that growing up? How many times I passed that information to my players? Mm-hmm. Nothing good happens after 12 o'clock at night. And it was 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and there it is. Nothing good happens. So if you follow their advice about bad things happen after 12 o'clock at night, my son probably get tired of me saying that. Man, there ain't nothing good out there at that time.
You know, the older I've gotten, man, I literally try to be in the house. If it's going to be late, 10 o'clock is late for me.
And I'm late for me.
I'm doing what you doing, yawning, because I'm like, it's past my bedtime. I'm ready to be in the house. And I've turned into, so, you know, of course, I was one that went out a lot when I was younger, but Now, as I've gotten a little older, I'm not too enthused about being out late. Just because as I've gotten older, I got a lot more to live for with kids and doing things. So being out late, I understand because I've been out late enough to see there's not a lot of good things happening at those hours.
Yeah, and you know, let me tell you, and I've been in many parts of the world, and you know, there are some, like for instance, in Cartagena, Colombia, they don't go out until 12 o'clock at night.
Is that when the women come out?
Oh, well, that's what you said. They don't come out until 12 at night, you know, and that's a different culture.
Yeah.
You know, and my thing is, I saw that and I'm trying to make my way to the hotel and I said, I mean, they're all over the place. I mean, you know.
When you say they, we talking about the women?
We talking about people.
Oh, okay.
It's people, women and men and women.
Well, I know the men ain't stopping you from going to no hotel.
Well, I know that's the safest place to be when I'm in a foreign country.
Yeah.
That late at night. I mean, I don't know what. I mean, it's just different.
Yeah.
You know, and they do the same thing in Peru. They late. They late, man. They do things late. And the thing about a city like Lima, Peru, is an international city. You got people from all over the world there. But people just have different time clock.
Yeah.
You know, they do things different. And that's what make a city like New Orleans, like Peru, like Cartagena, like Medellin. All of those cities are international and got people from all over the world there, and they do things at different times, you know.
Because New Orleans is definitely considered a late night city.
It's a late night city.
It's nothing to be out 2, 3 a.m. and
nothing.
It's, you know, you're thinking it's 9, 10 o'clock during the evening.
That's right. That's the way they do it, you know. And so, you know, people go to those cities for several reasons, and that's one of the reasons they go, because you can stay out late and enjoy yourself.
Let me ask you this, because Gary and I was talking about, you know, different places, Thailand, Colombia, and then I thought about your trips to Colombia. Kind of give me a background about Colombia, because it was one of the places that's kind of like on the list that we're looking at, you know, going to check out.
Well, you know, I've been to several places in Colombia, but Cartagena is a unique city. It's mainly, it's on the Caribbean coast, and usually we're on the Caribbean coast, you got the majority of your black folks in the country there. And that's what happened in Colombia. But they preserve, it's like New Orleans. It's built like New Orleans, but they preserve their history so well. And I was impressed with that. And they built statue of black folks there because that was they were the one that inhabited the area in the 1500s.
What is the language mostly spoken there?
Spanish.
Okay.
But if you're fortunate and get in the right place where there are black people, they're going to be English speaking.
Okay.
And people say, well, why? Why is that? Well, they came from the Caribbean. And they had English, they spoke English there. In Panama, for instance, majority of the people don't speak English there. But the black people, they'll speak English. That's the one, it's amazing, huh? But it's interesting. It's the culture, the food, and just how people do things is just a little different than the way we do them here.
Yeah, I think mostly looking at Colombia, looking at the type of women that's there, because, you know, there's this movement where they talk about this so-called passport bros, where guys are going to different countries, and when they go to these different countries, they are exposing the different cultures of how women interact with men compared to what you deal with in America. And that women there are different, and still sometimes in a lot of these other countries still have traditional values to how they treat a man compared to in America, where you don't quite truly have those traditional values anymore when it comes to men and women interaction.
That's true. Well, one thing I'm impressed with women in that part of the world, and is that they don't have cars, so they walk a lot. Their legs are very well tuned, and you don't see as many overweight people as you see in America because they're walking. They're walking. Some in the places are hilly, and they don't have a problem. And if one in the rad time, because I do get up early, and I got up early. I was in Panama. I got up early, and I decided I was going to just. I live in pretty good places, so in a well lit downtown, well secure. And about 4 or 5 o'clock, I decided I was going to go walking. I went and walked, and there are women walking, going to work.
Now, when you say go to work, what kind of work?
They work their regular job.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're going to do their regular job. A lot of them work in the hotel industry, and they have to get there early. Some are maids, they do cooking, they do a lot of things. You got me?
Yeah.
And they don't have, so they're walking to work. So I went a year and a half ago. I was in another part of Panama. I was in near Costa Rica. Can't think of the name of that place. Chiriquí. Beautiful place in Panama, right on the Costa Rica line. And so we had done a clinic over there. And what was so ironic about that, this guy took us, we went to a restaurant and eat. And he said, I'm going to take y'all to eat the best pizza. I'm not a pizza guy. He said, but the best pizza you go ever eat. So we went, and we drive for 30 minutes, and we up in the mountain driving, and damn, bam, there it is. Boy, beautiful, but cold. It's cold.
You got up in that elevation.
Yeah, but beautiful. And trees all over the place, and there comes a lady walking out of the trees and on the road trying to find a way to work. And I'm saying this would never happen in America. Somebody would rape her, hurt her, do damage to her. You know what I'm saying? But she felt comfortable walking out of the wooded area, walking to get on the street. That's something you don't see in America. Let me put it that way.
What would you say, like, from your travels in particularly Colombia and those type of places, what is the interaction like with the women there compared to, what would you say, American women here in the States?
Those people, as it relates to the women from my experience, I mean, I don't know everything about the country.
Yeah.
They want to engage. They want to engage, particularly with Americans, because they view Americans as being well-to-do. And if they can strike a relationship, they can take care of them. American will take them, marry them, take care of them, put them in America. You got me? And that's what it's all about. And let me tell you one thing about, in all of the countries I've been down there, these people are very poor. But you won't see a woman come out of that house without looking her very best. They all, for the most part, they're going to wear jeans because that's what they can afford, okay? But you won't see them not looking their very best. Their hair is going to be well-to-do. They're going to have makeup on. The jeans going to be fitting properly. They're not going to be all kinds of graffiti on them. You know what I'm saying? Because they take the attitude. You may never get another opportunity to meet the right person. And I believe that 100%. That's their attitude. You may never get another chance to meet the right man. And if I'm not ready, I'm going to miss him. You got me? And that's, if we would take that attitude here in America, in America, we take things for granted. That opportunities are going to continue to come by. These people don't take that chance. They're prepared every day for it, you know. And I'm a talker. I talk to everybody for the most part, and man, I've had those who could speak English. Wonderful conversation. It's just basic conversation, but it's wonderful conversations. And they treat me really well, I gotta say that. I told someone that I'm bigger there than I am here. And the guy said, how could that be? He said, man, everybody know you here. I said, but you don't understand, I'm big over there.
Yeah.
I'm big. I mean, and it's a different kind of big, but I'm a big.
It feels like community, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's community. Yeah. I mean, man, it's, everywhere I go, it's big. They call me Poppy. Poppy means big man. That's really, I think, what they're saying, you know. But it's just a wonderful opportunity for me to have been a part of this kind of life, to be honest with you. Not everybody do that. They get a chance and they screw it up.
Yeah.
I've really embraced it and taken advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? And it's been very beneficial. See, people go and try to use people, take advantage of people, and laugh and think it's funny. I embraced the man, and it's just been a wonderful experience for me. That's the best way I can put it.
Well, I'm glad you had that wonderful experience, and we're talking about trying to have that wonderful experience as well and get a little bit more understanding of the country. And, like you said, the good parts, there are going to be some bad parts anywhere you go, but just understanding the nature of the culture. The number one thing is when you go somewhere, having respect for where you're at because of those people and their culture, and don't, try to overwhelm them with what all you know from your own culture.
Right.
But that's the biggest thing, just having that difference of, I guess, when you look at the interaction of the women, American compared to when you go to countries there where it don't seem like, is the word entitled a good word to use?
Entitled. And you're not going to ever hear these women using vulgarity the way I hear some American women do. You know what I'm saying? And I said, how could you do that? You're just putting yourself at a lower level in the eyes of a man. You got me?
Yeah.
Raise your standard up. Force the man to come up to where you are. Don't bring yourself down to where he is. And I really try to convey that message to women when I see them not acting in a manner that is going to benefit them, has no beneficial value.
Well, back in the day, they used to say being ladylike.
Huh?
I said back in the day, they used to call it being ladylike.
It was important. It was important to be ladylike. Because, again, those women knew, who were giving that information to the ladies to be ladylike, knew that the opportunity for the right man don't come around every day. And that's what I think that these women are missing out in, is the foolishness they look at on TV and YouTube and all of the other stuff. And, I was telling my son, I said, them guys on YouTube and women, they do all kind of thing and say all kind of thing and do all kind of thing. That's all borderline illegal. And I said, they don't have an issue with going to jail. But you don't want to go to jail. You don't want to follow those kind of people. I said, policeman told me in the country of Panama, he said the people have a high respect for the police. He said because very few people in Panama get arrested because they respect the police. He said in America there is no respect for law enforcement. He said people don't want to be arrested in Panama. So they have a greater respect for the police officers, law enforcement. And I see it, you know what I'm saying? I remember one of my first trips to Panama. I was staying at a Marriott hotel, and there was a lady police officer. And boy, she had been working all day. And I looked, that lady had not eaten. And so I went and bought her something, gave it to her to eat. because she probably didn't have the money to purchase lunch. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I bought and gave her something. She couldn't speak English, but she was very appreciative of it. You know, I probably will never see that lady again, but it's not about me seeing her. The fact was, I recognized there was a need for something that had beneficial value to a person. You got me? Mm-hmm. She probably was at home taking care of 2 or 3 kids. You never know. You got me?
I got you.
So I did something I thought had value. I bought her lunch. It made me feel good, you know.
I'm sure her as well.
Yeah, you know, and you know, those are the kind of thing, man. Like I said, when a guy couldn't believe that, I said, "No way you're as important there as you are here." I said, "It's ain't important." I said, "I'm bigger."
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about in size, but I'm saying, man, you know, it's just amazing. It's just, you know, that was a place I used to go to have dinner. Every time I went there, it was a Colombian place in Panama, had good food. And when I walked through the door, the bartender always had me a glass of red wine. Mm-hmm. By the time I sat down, he had it at the table. Isn't that beautiful? Mm-hmm. You know, and all I did was tip my hat or tip my head to him. Always did it. He did it every time. I don't frequent that place anymore, you know, but there's another place that I eat all the time when I go there. Mm-hmm. And I eat what you call pulpo. It's an octopus. Mm-hmm. One of the best meals there is. I go in there, the man knows what I'm coming for. The last time I was there, I told he and his wife, and I said, I came 1,800 miles just to have your pulpo. 1,800 miles, can you imagine? How many people, the people in there loved it. Mm-hmm. They loved it because nobody's gonna say that, you got me?
Yeah.
That's the key. So whenever I go in that place, it's no big deal. They know who I am. That's why I say when they don't forget. I'm already tall, but when you're kind to people and say kind things is even bigger, you know? Mm-hmm. That's what makes me bigger there. Because they appreciate it, and I know they do. And men there, to a large extent, don't give the respect to the women that I give them. You got me? Mm-hmm. I give them respect, you know.
We're going to have to change the name, chopping it up with Coach Poppy and Perry White. Yeah?
You want to change it?
That way we can open it up international down there.
I think that would be a nice thing.
Yeah, we get international. Well, let's do this. Let's get ready to take a break. And we'll just pay a couple bills and we come back on the other side. We'll continue the conversation. So you guys stay tuned with more Chopping Up with Coach Poppy and Perry White.
Smart Baton Rouge business travelers travel out of Baton Rouge because BTR is so close and convenient. They're always one step ahead rather than dead on their feet. So, isn't it about time you flew BTR? Baton Rouge Metro Airport. Some Baton Rouge business travelers travel out of Baton Rouge. Some don't. The ones that do know BTR is all about being closer, more convenient, with non-stops and short hops to anywhere their business takes them. They also know not flying BTR means more traffic, longer lines, and wasted time. So if it's about going from driveway to runway with a lot less highway, isn't it about time you flew BTR? Baton Rouge Metro Airport. It's about time.
Hey, it's Jimmy Ott with ESPN Radio. Both Coach Roger Cador and I have gone to Dr. Dale Police for years for all of our dental needs. Dr. Police uses the latest technology in preventive dental cleaning, digital x-rays and night guards, restorative tooth-colored fillings, porcelain crowns, complete partial dentures. Zoom whitening, you can whiten teeth 10 shades in as little as an hour. Dental emergencies for infections, broken tooth, or restoration when things just go wrong. Most insurance is accepted. Dr. Dale Polite and Dr. Larry Oob, available Monday through Thursday, 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., 926-6899, and politesdentistry.com.
Getting a letter from the IRS that you owe back taxes can be scary, but it doesn't have to be. Call Go Tax Resolution in Lafayette at 337-420-1040 today. We'll help stop garnishments, levies, and seizures immediately. With over 35 years of dealing directly with the IRS, our team of local professionals will help you pay the least amount possible. So if you owe back taxes to the IRS, you need help. Call the tax professionals at Go Tax Resolution in Lafayette at 337-420-1040. Your go-to tax relief.
Have a passion? We've got the place. Gear up for where the rubber meets the mud, or stir up memories of a lifetime. Reach new heights. Gravitate towards something out of this world. Even travel back in time. You might like a little drama in your life, or get in touch with your inner nature lover. Release some pent-up energy while you're at it. There's plenty to do beyond the swing sets. BRAC, we're more than a playground.
With over 60 years of combined experience, Kathy Sherburne and Anna Barnett bring a wealth of knowledge and excitement to the framing industry. Keeping strong to the Louisiana culture, Acadian Frame and Art has numerous local artists and sports team memorabilia for their customers to choose from. Whether you're creating a gallery-like setting in your office or simply looking for some fun art for your kids' playroom, Acadian Frame and Art is your one-stop picture framing spot. Call 225-927-6129 or go to www.acadianframe.com.
Get the memoir from the legendary baseball coach from Southern University, Roger Cador, Against All Odds. Roger refused to let his past dictate his future by rising to legendary college baseball status. An inspiring story of tenacity, faith, and hope. Against All Odds chronicles Coach Cador's determination to reach higher, to want more, and to dig deeper to find the courage to chase his dreams. Against All Odds. Get yours today by Cador and Cador Publishing. You are now watching Choppin' It Up with Roger Cador and Perry White.
Right, welcome back to more of Chopping It Up with Coach Roger Cador and Perry White. Of course, I'm Perry White, and he's the man, the myth, the legend himself, Coach Cador. And Coach, we were just talking about international travels and Colombia, Costa Rica, to name Panama. But you frequent Panama all the time. And talking about Panama City. If I was to go to Panama City, Coach, give me a place I should stay.
You want to stay at the brand new Arcadia complex, which is in Costa del Este. Mm-hmm. Costa del Este is next to Santa Maria. And anytime you hear of something called Santa Maria, you got to think of it as being what? Very nice. So Costa del Este and Santa Maria are the two top properties, land mass in the whole country. And they're next to each other. They're 10 minutes from downtown Panama City, 10 minutes from the airport, so they sit in between. And one of the reasons the people at the Acadia put that place in Costa del Este, you can also, the place I stay, I can look at the ship coming in and out of the canal, which I think is a great sight. Mm-hmm. I look out the window and I say, man, this is part of history here, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Some of my people traveled through this. I just didn't know it, but they did. And so there is there, but the thing about that is when people visit Panama, they want to go watch the canal, okay? Mm-hmm. So I know I'm getting a signal I need to let you talk, or?
Well, that's all good, Coach, because, you talk about I was talking about international travels, and people always want to give you a heads up on where to stay and where to go when you're internationally traveling, because, sometimes you don't know things until when you get there, and sometimes it's good to know things before you get there. So to be able to know about that place now, I got a little bit better idea. So next time, when I look at places to go, and if Panama City is on there, man, I'm going to take you up on that advice and go check this place out.
You want to use my name, and you want to ask for a lady named Yanni. Yanni. Mm-hmm. And use my name and you get the rate.
Tell him Poppy sent me?
No, Roger. She knows me as Roger. Well, she knows me as Mr. Roger.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what she calls me. Yanni is a lady, is a Colombian lady, I think. A very gorgeous, beautiful lady. Her husband played professional baseball.
Nice.
Yeah, so we've got to struck a really good relationship, and so Yanni is the person at Acadia. You ask and you want to drop my name, Mr. Roger, Cador, and you'll get a rate. You'll get a special rate.
Thinking about it then, when I make my trip down to Panama City, beautiful place, luxury living, look like, good place, workout facility, pool, great views, so definitely a place to check out.
Oh, this thing have a lot of amenities to offer. They'll thoroughly enjoy it. In coming weeks, we're going to provide a phone number. I know we don't have it today and the address, but we're going to provide a phone number how you can get in touch with Yanni. You could call her, you use my name, and definitely she'll give you a rate if you drop my name, and go from there, because it's it's a beautiful place. It's a unique place. In that, again, it's located in there. There's a movie thing right literally across the street from it. People who want to go to movie, you just walk a few feet. Excuse me. You walk a few feet, go there. If you get there, there's a hospital that they just built. That's 3 blocks away. I mean, you can't get any better. I'm sorry about that.
Bless you.
So there's a lot of amenities, a lot of things there. There are a lot of eating places. That's right there. You don't have to go very far. So you get a Uber. You don't have to. You don't have to go. You can go 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, and you everywhere you want to be.
We were talking about international travel and the difference in terms of how women carry themselves in different cultures. And I gotta ask a question, because it's in the news right now, in the sports world in particular, about a lawsuit that's coming out at Fox Sports, right? And it involved some big figureheads at Fox Sports, both men and women. And the lawsuit is basically of a former hairstylist there, alleging that Skip Bayless, who was a former television personality, offered her $1.5 million to sleep with her. But along with the lawsuit, it then came out that a another figurehead there, Joy Taylor, there's possible allegations that she may have slept with this person and that person in order to get herself up to the top, to be able to be one of the figureheads at Fox Sports on television. And I gotta ask you, because in life, and seeing when men are in position of power, and knowing that how hard it has been for women to be able to find themselves in successful positions, what does that look like for you over the years of watching the evolution of the world around you, of men having power and women wanting to rise in order to have success status?
There are a lot of men who are sick in the head, and they believe sleeping with women, every woman they can, is the way to go. I've helped a lot of women, and never once asked them to go to bed or sleep with me. And I really feel good about that, because you know what? I had the opportunity to sleep with some of the most powerful women. My whole attitude was, I'd rather have her as a friend than, once you sleep with them, you lose that relationship. You got me? And I said, that person could be more valuable to me as a friend. And this is why I'm so big, in that I'm not one of them guys who are trying to sleep with everybody. And at my age now, I'm certainly not trying to do it. But even when I was quite younger, looked a lot better, had a lot more going for me. Except I didn't have any money. But, it's just that, things really were good. I didn't sleep with women. I didn't disrespect them. I respected them, you know, rather than disrespect them.
On the other side to that, what do you, in terms of women who want to have that success and willing to do those things for success?
Well, they got bad women like they got bad men. I mean, we got a screw up world we live in.
Yeah.
And what it's promoting is that get ahead at any cost. I mean, that's what it tries to promote, you know? And I'm so glad I don't have to live that world. I don't need all of the toys and the things that people think they need. I don't need that. But again, there are people who think they need it. They want to be known. They want to be famous. Just like I was mentioning earlier, this guy probably who drove into New Orleans wanted to be famous. A lot of people are sick. And we got a sick world we live in, and we got to be conscious of it, and we got to treat it as such and understand all of the things we hear ain't really real, is for a facade. So Skip Bayless wanted to give him $1.5 million to sleep with a woman. Something is wrong with Skip Bayless, okay? I mean, something is wrong with him. Why would you pay a woman that kind of money? You know?
It was alleged, you know, in the lawsuit that he said he could change her life. And you know, most women would jump at the idea that you could change. 1.5 million is life changing. But she didn't take it.
That's good. She needs to be commended. Yeah, you know, life changing, huh?
And you know, the other thing too, because I've been seeing conversations with this go in so many different ways. And the other side to it is that women that do make them, this is the touchy part that a lot of people don't like to touch on, but I will. And I'm not talking about the women, I'm talking about the situation. But when they do make the decision to maybe sleep with this guy, that is in position of power to get to the top, and it comes out, then they turn it around and make it seem like, well, I was kind of forced into this situation. You know what I'm talking about? You get where I'm going? Instead of saying, you know, rightfully so, I made these choices to get where I'm at, but now that the gig is up and everybody know what's going on, well, you know what?
We're going to turn this around.
Yeah, you know, and then it turns the guy into the bad guy, even though, you know, in actuality, he used his position of power to leverage himself, but she also took advantage of his position of power to leverage herself. But when the gig up and to save yourself embarrassment, you flip it and then kind of put it in position that I was kind of forced into that.
Yeah, it's interesting. You know, I see some crazy things happening. Let me just put it, you know what I'm saying? And you know, I've been accused of a lot of things by men that I was doing because they would have done it, you know what I'm saying? You know, and I've had a lot of wonderful, beautiful women, young ladies who've worked for me that I've taken care of, and they can put both hands on the stack of Bibles and say, Coach never said anything inappropriate to me. Coach been a father figure and a very respectful person. That I know they would say. You got me? And but a lot of men couldn't do that, Perry. They just couldn't. They could not pass the temptation. You got me?
As they say, fall victim to the flesh.
Well, whatever it is, you would know the term better than I would.
Yeah. Hey, I try to keep my distance too, man. One thing I'm nervous about is any allegation, because I once heard it says, you know, especially sleeping with women that you work with, you know, she's your friend before, but then once you sleep with her, she your boss because now she got the upper hand. At any point, she can flip and turn this on you, and so she basically got you by the kahunas, you know?
Well, there are crazy things happening. That's all I say.
Yeah.
All you people out there listening, stay away from that kind of stuff. Stay away from the Skip Bayless and that tight end used to play with Denver Hall of Famer. What's his name?
Oh, you stay away from Shannon Sharp?
Yeah, them guys. They say things and do things. They're not giving you information all the time. that's going to benefit you, you know.
Can I ask you this? Because you've been around position of power, particularly, and I'm just using like college campus, right?
Yeah.
ADs, presidents, vice presidents. But how often do you think flexing that type of position of power occurs from men to women, especially when you look at the collegiate side of things?
Oh, it happens, man.
Yeah.
It happens. It happens all the time. Remember, I worked 40 years at Southern. I saw a lot.
Yeah.
And if I was doing something inappropriate, you don't think that it would be out?
Yeah.
It would have gotten out because I had what people would call name recognition. You got me?
Because you hear, you know, from me on the outside looking in, coming here, you hear a lot of things over the years about how this person got that job and how this person got that job. And then, you know, it's like, well, you know what, it kind of makes sense because now I look back, this person's not even really kind of qualified. Well, how did that person, well, you know, she slept with this guy or, you know, he was with her. And so it happens all the way around.
That happens. And I'm glad I didn't get a job because I slept with someone.
Yeah.
I was a baseball coach, and that's what it was. Basketball, baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I made it because of hard work and preparing myself to the best that I could, paid tremendous dividend. And, you know, I can even see now, you know, with the consulting work I do with Major League Baseball, it's an amazing machine.
Yeah.
It's an amazing machine. Anytime you can work for MLB, NFL, NBA, hockey, those major big-time sports, I mean, organization, profession, it's a lot of flesh being roasted around in there. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I get to see it. And the beautiful thing about me is that I come in and I'm the one guy. I come in and I'm able to talk to everybody without it being a problem. You got me? You know, and the people at the MLB sort of like that, the fact that I'm talking with everybody. I have a relationship with them. They like that because it's healthy. You know, they don't want men not being able to talk to women, women being afraid to talk to men that they're going to say something. Now, the message have been sent out. Hey, y'all can't say anything inappropriate to these women. They're telling them. You can't say anything inappropriate to these women. We got some young ladies in here. They're trying to do that work. Don't say anything inappropriate.
Yeah.
And that's so beautiful that they're telling them. Now, if they act stupid and say something, they're gone. You got me?
Yeah.
You know.
And it's a slippery slope these days.
It's a slippery slope.
You don't even want to compliment and say, hey, that's a nice shirt. That shirt fits you well.
Well, I think it's the way you say it. You know, because I've been able to say a lot of nice things to women. Yeah. And it's not a problem. You know what I'm saying? And matter of fact, one in the guy, vice president at MLB said, it's amazing how you're able to say the things and it works. So some guys can't say that. I said, man, I said, you know, I was saying there was something, a lady was over the foundation, $3 billion foundation she runs. And she had everybody afraid of her, to be honest with you. Shit, I was able to say something. You know. I was able to say it in a way that it worked. Yeah. You know. And it worked so well. She took me, she would call me and say, let's go have lunch, let's go have dinner. Whenever that we were together, we'll do it.
Did you accept?
Yeah, because it's professional. It's professional. You know. And she said, I wonder what these people in here are thinking. A big, tall man, black man like you with a small Asian woman, what they're thinking. I said, they can think what the hell they want. We having dinner or lunch. You know what I'm saying? I said, I can't worry about that. I know what we're having. You know.
Not assuming, but what is actually happening.
Yeah, what is actually happening. You know. And I ain't going to say nothing inappropriate to her Shit, I ain't that crazy. That's one of the most powerful women in baseball. You think I'm gonna say something inappropriate to her?
No.
Shit, I ain't crazy. And the mere fact that she invited me to have lunch with her is even more, incredible.
You stand-up guy.
Stand-up guy.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Let's get ready to take another break, pay a couple more bills. We'll be back more chopping it up with Coach Roger Cador and Perry White.
Smart Baton Rouge business travelers travel out of Baton Rouge because BTR is so close and convenient. They're always one step ahead, rather than dead on their feet. So, isn't it about time you flew BTR? Baton Rouge Metro Airport. Some Baton Rouge business travelers travel out of Baton Rouge. Some don't. The ones that do know BTR is all about being closer, more convenient, with non-stops and short hops to anywhere their business takes them. They also know not flying BTR means more traffic, longer lines, and wasted time. So if it's about going from driveway to runway with a lot less highway, isn't it about time you flew BTR? Baton Rouge Metro Airport. It's about time.
Hey, it's Jimmy Ott with ESPN Radio. Both Coach Roger Cador and I have gone to Dr. Dale Police for years for all of our dental needs. Dr. Police uses the latest technology in preventive dental cleaning, digital x-rays and night guards, restorative tooth-colored fillings, porcelain crowns, complete partial dentures. Zoom whitening, you can whiten teeth 10 shades in as little as an hour. Dental emergencies for infections, broken tooth, or restoration when things just go wrong. Most insurance is accepted. Dr. Dale Police and Dr. Larry Oob, available Monday through Thursday, 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., 926-6899, and PoliceDentistry.com.
Getting a letter from the IRS that you owe back taxes can be scary, but it doesn't have to be. Call Go Tax Resolution in Lafayette at 337-420-1040 today. We'll help stop garnishments, levies, and seizures immediately. With over 35 years of dealing directly with the IRS, our team of local professionals will help you pay the least amount possible. So if you owe back taxes to the IRS, you need help. Call the tax professionals at Go Tax Resolution in Lafayette at 337-420-1040. Your go-to tax relief.
Have a passion? We've got the place. Gear up for where the rubber meets the mud, or stir up memories of a lifetime. Reach new heights, gravitate towards something out of this world, even travel back in time. You might like a little drama in your life, or get in touch with your inner nature lover. Release some pent-up energy while you're at it. There's plenty to do beyond the swing sets. BRAC, we're more than a playground.
With over 60 years of combined experience, Kathy Sherburne and Anna Barnett bring a wealth of knowledge and excitement to the framing industry. Keeping strong to the Louisiana culture, Acadian Frame and Art has numerous local artists and sports team memorabilia for their customers to choose from. Whether you're creating a gallery-like setting in your office or simply looking for some fun art for your kids' playroom, Acadian Frame and Art is your one-stop picture framing spot. Call 225-927-6129 or go to www.acadianframe.com.
Get the memoir from the legendary baseball coach from Southern University, Roger Cador, Against All Odds. Roger refused to let his past dictate his future by rising to legendary college baseball status. An inspiring story of tenacity, faith, and hope. Against All Odds chronicles Coach Cador's determination to reach higher, to want more, and to dig deeper to find the courage to chase his dreams. Against All Odds. Get yours today by Cador & Cador Publishing. You are now watching Chopping It Up with Roger Cador and Perry White.
Smart Baton Rouge business travelers travel out of Baton Rouge because BTR is so close and convenient. They're always one step ahead, rather than dead on their feet. So, isn't it about time you flew BTR? Baton Rouge Metro Airport. Some Baton Rouge business travelers travel out of Baton Rouge. Some don't. The ones that do know BTR is all about being closer, more convenient, with non-stops and short hops to anywhere their business takes them. They also know not flying BTR means more traffic, longer lines, and wasted time. So if it's about going from driveway to runway with a lot less highway, isn't it about time you flew BTR? Baton Rouge Metro Airport. It's about time.
Getting a letter from the IRS that you owe back taxes can be scary, but it doesn't have to be. Call Go Tax Resolution in Lafayette at 337-420-1040 today. We'll help stop garnishments, levies, and seizures immediately. With over 35 years of dealing directly with the IRS, our team of local professionals will help you pay the least amount possible. So if you owe back taxes to the IRS, you need help. Call the tax professionals at Go Tax Resolution in Lafayette at 337-420-1040. Your go-to tax relief.
Have a passion? We've got the place. Gear up for where the rubber meets the mud, or stir up memories of a lifetime. Reach new heights, gravitate towards something out of this world, even travel back in time. You might like a little drama in your life, or get in touch with your inner nature lover. Release some pent-up energy while you're at it. There's plenty to do beyond the swing sets. BRAC, we're more than a playground.
With over 60 years of combined experience, Kathy Sherburne and Anna Barnett bring a wealth of knowledge and excitement to the framing industry. Keeping strong to the Louisiana culture, Acadian Frame and Art has numerous local artists and sports team memorabilia for their customers to choose from. Whether you're creating a gallery-like setting in your office or simply looking for some fun art for your kids' playroom, Acadian Frame and Art is your one-stop picture framing spot. Call 225-927-6129 or go to www.acadianframe.com.
Smart Baton Rouge business travelers travel out of Baton Rouge because BTR is so close and convenient, they're always one step ahead, rather than dead on their feet. So, isn't it about time you flew BTR? Baton Rouge Metro Airport. Some Baton Rouge business travelers travel out of Baton Rouge. Some don't. The ones that do know BTR is all about being closer, more convenient, with non-stops and short hops to anywhere their business takes them. They also know not flying BTR means more traffic, longer lines, and wasted time. So if it's about going from driveway to runway with a lot less highway, isn't it about time you flew BTR? Baton Rouge Metro Airport. It's about time.
Get the memoir from the legendary baseball coach from Southern University, Roger Cador, Against All Odds. Roger refused to let his past dictate his future by rising to legendary college baseball status. An inspiring story of tenacity, faith, and hope. Against all odds, chronicles Coach Cador's determination to reach higher, to want more, and to dig deeper to find the courage to chase his dreams. Against all odds, get yours today by Cador and Cador Publishing. You are now watching Chopping It Up with Roger Cador and Perry White.
All right, we're back with more Coach Chopping It Up with Coach Roger Cador and Perry White. Of course, I'm Perry White. My man, Coach Cador, stepped off to the side, but I'm joined by Southern University head baseball coach, my man, Coach Chris Crenshaw. What's up, Coach?
Hey, what's going on?
Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you, too.
Yes, we're talking about a new year, man, a new season coming up for you guys, man, preparation. But you also got an event coming up here at the end of this month in January that you want to let everybody know about.
Yeah, the first pitch banquet. Coach Cador started it up. I don't know the exact year, but I was a part of it when I played. Trying to bring it back. It was a big fundraiser, and it helped us out tremendously during the season.
You're talking about getting ready for the season, man, and what are you looking for out of your team here in 2025?
Early, I just want to try to find some camaraderie. We got 26 new players. Try to see who we can depend on. You can only get so much information out of practice and scrimmages. You have to line up against somebody else and see how they react. 26 new players is the transfer portal, because you know we live in this world of the transfer portal. How much has that helped you in the program, and how much of that has played a part in that 26 new guys? I think we got 8 guys out of the transfer portal. The transfer portal has been pretty good for us. Last year we had Tyler Hawkins. He came out of the portal. I thought he should have been player of the year. His numbers showed he should have been player of the year. But it didn't go on our way. We didn't perform that well in conference play, so I can understand why he didn't get voted for player of the year.
So, you know, I was talking with you, and we talked about it. We got to get this Roger Cador Invitational going here in Baton Rouge at the stadium, man, and get some big-time teams down here in Baton Rouge. What you think about that?
Yeah, it sounds good. We got to do some things around here in order to be able to host something like that.
Yeah.
And this first pitch banquet is one of the ways that you can contribute to making a change around here.
Talking about the first pitch banquet, what is ticket information? What do people need to know in order to be involved and be a part of that?
You can go on our social media platforms. The link is on there. It's on the Instagram and Twitter. I might try to repost it again today.
Okay.
And you can go on the foundation's website.
Okay.
And it's posted on the foundation website.
So we talking about what we eating? Some ribs? What we eating? What we doing?
I don't know yet. I gotta get with.
You know, they give you that cordon bleu.
Nah, I ain't doing that. It might be some grilled chicken or something. I haven't decided yet.
Okay.
We got to look at the menu and put it together. I'm supposed to meet with them this week to make sure everything is lined up with that. So.
Now, where are you guys getting kicked off at for the season to start things off?
Cactus Jack.
Over in Houston.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the trophy right there. The champion over at the Cactus Jack. You won that thing.
Hopefully we bring it back again this year.
Teams you looking at playing this year? Is it just going to be all HBCUs participating?
So yeah, we open up with Texas Southern, then we play Grambling on Saturday, and then we play Prairie View on Sunday.
And looking at the conference last year, man, the 2 Florida schools, since they've joined the conference, man, they've really made their presence felt. What is it about Bethune-Cookman and FAMU that has made their presence felt early since joining the SWAC?
Well, they're in Florida. You
Yeah.
can play baseball year-round. You got some of the best players in the country come out of Florida. And, I mean, if I was the coach in Florida, I would be dominating, too, if I had to go walk out my backyard and I had to lead a state to find players like that.
Yeah.
That could contribute right away. But it is what it is. We continue to do our best to find the guys that fit the program, understand the history and the tradition. And I expect us to be I expect us to perform better. We had a winning record in conference, but I expect for us to get back to what we was used to doing.
Because, you know, Coach Cador going to be talking his talk, man. If you, hey, I don't know what's going on around here, you know, as he walk around checking the place out. But, What do you say too for those that are listening, especially the fans? We know how tradition-rich Southern baseball is, and to get people out, you have those diehards, because I can remember those diehards like a Poe Bean come out when you're sweeping an opponent and get them up out of here. But to get people out to the games, man, right here at Lee Hines Field, man, to the fans out there.
We're gonna do a couple different. I can't think of the word. We're gonna have some things going on that's for the community. They can come out and watch us play. We're gonna do a couple weekends with Jack and Jill. We're gonna do another weekend, alumni weekend, to try to get some of the alums to come back and be a part of what's going on right now and share their part of history.
The basketball team did a great thing where they brought out, basically made it like a field trip day for the kids, man. And them kids were very entertained by the basketball game. I actually enjoyed the kids, I think more than the regular fans, just because they were so in tune. So maybe, get that next generation of young people over here to the stadium.
Yeah, we had talked about that. We have a game with Xavier. I think it's on Fat Tuesday.
Oh.
So we might try to get that, make it an earlier game.
Yeah.
And try to get some schools to attend and try to get 3,500 people back in this place.
3,500 people over at Lee Hines Field. That'll make some noise right there. That could become an intimidating place because you right there up on it, the opponent. So
the last time we had 3,500 was in 2019 when we beat LSU here.
I was here for that, my man. Garrett, don't you have that as a poster somewhere? Yeah, we got to get that up in here somewhere, man.
I got one that he gave me that's up in my office right now. That's a picture of the game from that night.
Oh, it was a big night, man. To beat Crosstown LSU, they were nationally ranked. Get it done right here, and it had been quite some time. But you just beat LSU last year, so, it ain't like it's something that's rare around here. No, I was over there, as Coach Cador called it, the Taj Mahal. Yeah. You went over there and beat them on a Tuesday night.
Yeah, we had a good night.
A good night, man. Y'all was hitting the ball all over the place.
Yeah, I think that was the first time we played LSU and we out-homered them in a game. So.
Yeah. It was a good night, man, and very special. And big ups to you guys, man, and, much success to you this year. It won't be the last time we have you on this show, especially with the season going on. But once again, let everybody know about the banquet one more time and how they can be a part, get tickets, and give to the program.
First pitch banquet, January 31st, 6 p.m. It's on a Friday night. And then that Saturday, we had a big basketball game with Alcorn. So come, if you're an alum, come that weekend, enjoy the dinner. Come enjoy the doubleheader and the basketball game on Saturday. But you can find it on the Foundation's website, and I'll also repost it on all our social media platforms.
So I want to thank you guys once again for watching. My man, Coach Chris Crenshaw of Southern University Baseball. He's the head guy in charge, carrying on the legacy of my man, Roger Cador, who's, of course, we in the Roger Cador Fieldhouse. So he's somewhere walking around, checking out the building. There's trophies everywhere and a lot of legacy to understand how important Southern University baseball has been in the past, in the present, and where it's going in the future, man. So we appreciate you guys for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button on our YouTube channel, and you can follow Coach Roger Cador on his Instagram as well as on his Facebook page by hitting that follow and like button. So I want to thank you guys for coming on and watching us. I appreciate you guys. Hope you guys had a happy New Year and a happy holiday this next week.
Get the memoir from the legendary baseball coach from Southern University, Roger Cador, Against All Odds. Roger refused to let his past dictate his future by rising to legendary college baseball status. An inspiring story of tenacity, faith, and hope. Against All Odds chronicles Coach Cador's determination to reach higher, to want more, and to dig deeper to find the courage to chase his dreams. Against All Odds. Get yours today by Cador and Cador Publishing. You are now watching Choppin' It Up with Roger Cador and Perry White.